Why do we like the Sealine so much? Join us on this video for a full tour of this Sealine 450, which is very similar to a 42, the same boat, and we'll show you why this is such a great UK boat. So let's go. Done things slightly differently for this video. You've done the intro at sea, you've seen that, you've seen a bit of really cool drone footage as always. But we're now getting ready to go out on the Sealine. I mentioned in the intro, she's a 450, an S450. Now that basically means she's a slightly later generation 42. So that's the answer to that. We've had a few clients ask questions about her. But we're going to get the boat ready, we're going to go to sea, you're going to see us out on the bay, it's a beautiful morning, so we're going to take the boat out and you'll see just how practical this cockpit is. Now there's lots of things to talk about. This seating can all move electrically. We are having a bit of an issue this morning with that, but we might have to cut to that later on. But all this seating can move, the backrest can drop, giving you lots of flexibility for this space. So we're going to get cracking, we're going to get all these covers off on the port side, we're going to leave the starboard side up to show you how it works. The roof's open, we're going to get out there and show you what this boat's all about. So if I get back in the sunshine somehow, keep watching and we're going to get out there and show you what she's all about. So let's go. As I promised in the intro to this video, we've come out to sea. It's a beautiful morning here in the West Country and we're on board this Sealine 450. I wanted to show you, you'll see a lot of me talking about the space on this video, but the cockpit space on this boat is absolutely huge. Now, in the last 12 months, we've sold a couple of these, or 18 months, we've sold a couple of these, and I have to say, it's the amount of volume you get on this boat is absolutely incredible. We've come out to sea here, we're just in Torquay, a couple of boats have just gone by us here, so we've got a bit of a wash, but it's just beautiful out here this morning. And this cockpit really lends itself well to being on the water. So you can see here, you've got this huge U-shaped seating group section at the back here. You've got transom gates, which are tucked into the moulding here on gas struts. And yeah, you can't, until you've been on one of these, you cannot get a sense of just how much room there is in this cockpit. It's all finished in Silvertex upholstery, which as you can see is in good condition. We've got engine room access in here. Nathan's keeping watch for a minute. I'll just, while the engines are running, give you an idea of what to expect just from a noise level. So that's the noise of these D6s running, the D6 370s. We went and did engine checks this morning. Engine room's nice and dry. Checked the oil's all good. Strainer's all good. And they look visually, they look in very good condition. You've got this fold out table here. Our section of cockpit, it's got teak on this side and then it's a more practical gel coat finish on the other side. To complement this beam at the back here, you've got these two separate wet bars. So you've got port side wet bar. If I lift up this lid here, you've got a griddle in there. You've got just some mats we've moved for the video. And then underneath here, we've got the manual bilge pumps. We've got the main battery switch in there and the manual override for the fire system. And then on the starboard side, we've got where I like this, beer only in this fridge, great little addition there. And then you've got a wine cooler this side. And then we've got another lift up lid on the top here with a double sink, which for this size of boat, it's quite unusual to have a double sink. Now, we've left the covers half on, half off this morning. We've done that on purpose. The reason we've done that is to show you how they work. So you can see on the starboard side, you've got this back section here which pulls in. Having taken off the port side, it's a clever piece of engineering the way those covers are put on. So you've got the lift tracks all the way around, so they're completely sealed. And then you've also got these doors. So you can see here we've got the door in the middle section, which can be rolled up. And that makes gaining access to that foredeck very, very easy. Now on the port side, as I mentioned, we've taken them off. And to look at that view, if I sit on this seat here, you're still covered by the shade, but you've got this clever arrangement with that arch there coming up over your head. I've got the sunroof open, Nathan's, like I say, is up there. But what a great setup. You know, you feel like you're really close to the water. You've got all this seating, great for lounging, great for eating. You've got the boat's called Bliss. You've got a stern camera up there. You've got these drop down sections, very Sealine feet, very much a Sealine feature. These two sections here pull down and allow you to roll the covers up, the rear cover, and put it in there if you want to. You've got audio, of course, in the cockpit. Up slightly further in the cockpit itself, we've got the drone there poised, ready to go. We've got the twin sort of co-pilot seats on the port side, and then you can see on the starboard side we've got Nathan at the helm, and then we've got the starboard twin seats as well. All we've got on the starboard side have got these bolsters, so you can push those up and down depending on if you want to stand or sit at the helm. You see there it's in the sit position, and you can lift it up and it's in the standing position. So really, really easy. And then on the port side here we've got lots of storage. You can see all sorts of gear in there, some filters, fuel treatments. And nice to see, you know, client, having spoken to him this morning, knows what he's doing. You've got some lockers in there as well. So a lot of practicality. And those huge screens letting lots of natural light in. And when we go down to look below later, you'll see they let lots of natural light into that lower cabin. Nathan's kindly stepped out of the way of the helm. Look at that, just like that magic. So I'm going to give you a quick overview of what we've got on the helm. We've got analog instrumentation on the starboard side. So you can see here we've got half a tank of fuel. Temperatures are sort of nice running temperatures now. We've got trimmed down, both charging on voltage. My helm is slightly to starboard. If I just put that to centre now, you can see now we're in centre helm. Engine-wise, hours-wise, we've done 352 on the starboard and 351 on the port. Got autopilot control here. Nice big Ray Marine screen here in the middle. Where's his nav screen gone? We might have to go like that. Where's the nav? Okay, I'll play with that around a minute, but you have got nav on there somewhere. And then you've got your Ray Marine screens on this port side as well. And then you've got digital readouts for the engines. So you can just flick through here. You've probably seen these before. You can just flick through and see all the information you want to. Lower helm wise, we've got the audio volume controls, standard switch gear. We've got nav equipment switched on because that's obviously running up there. This is the roof, but look at the size of that roof. It's a canvas roof, but look how huge it is. I don't actually think it's all the way back yet, but you can just push the button, and you can see that roof going back there, letting lots of natural light into this cockpit space. We've also got a wind meter on here, so it's unusual. We've got 3 knots of wind. That'd be nice to have constantly 3 knots of wind, and it's given me it's 89 degrees true, so you can see the wind direction. We've got bow and stern thrusters on this boat, so they're controlled here, and then you've got the engine start stop, and of course for later generation Volvo Penta controls here. If I just sit down actually on the helm seat, talking about visibility, I've got the starboard window, just a manual opening window, nice and straightforward, but it's really good. I can stick my head right out the window there actually, and I can talk to the crew. But I've got good all-round visibility at the helm here through those huge screens. Good window wipers on here as well. Don't need them today, but some seriously sizable window wipers. And then you've got the trim tab controls here. So a really nice setup. There is a bit of tilt on the helm. Chrome wheel there. So yeah, all in all, a very good boat. So Nathan, I think it's about time. Should we get the drone in the air? Yeah. And let's go and get some nice running shots of this boat, and we'll get some photos for the site too. So keep watching. We'll get the drone in the air. We'll go and do that, and then we'll do the interior of the boat when we get back to the marina. So yeah, keep watching. Back in the marina safely. Really easy boat to manoeuvre with that bow and stern thruster. So I wanted to show you the accommodation. Now we have videoed SC42s. This is a 450 as I mentioned, but the layout is exactly the same. This is a really nice finish. It's in really good condition down below. So you've got these steps, nice gradual steps coming down into this lower saloon area. Saloon area wise, you've got nice seating group section on the starboard side. Those hull windows are a good size, so you've got a good view out of those. Like I say, we are back in the marina now. And then you've got your main control panel up here. So you can see here we've got all the 12-volt stuff, stereo, winch control, that type of thing. And then over on this panel, we've got the 240-volt gear. Nathan's just out the back now, plugging in the shore power. So that's all nicely laid out. And we do have the generator control. So we've got a Fisher Panda generator, and that's the control for that. You'll also see down here, we've got air conditioning. So we've got an air conditioning control down there. So this area has got air conditioning, and it's also got Eversparker heating. So you've got both heating and aircon, which is a really nice touch on a boat of this size. In my previous videos for the Sealines, one of the features I really like is this double-doored entrance to the forward cabin. So with that double door, you're naturally led into this cabin because you've got, like I say, a double door arrangement. And once you're in here, you've got that large deck light, which you probably saw in the drone footage, letting lots of natural light into this space. And lots of good head height as well in here. We've got some storage in here, we've got a hanging wardrobe there, and then in these top boxes there's storage. You've got 2 decent sized portholes as well. And then if I just shut this door, you've got here ensuite. So this is the day heads, but also the ensuite. So I just come into here. So you've got an electric flush Tecmar toilet in there with a surface mounted basin. I just look back towards that, and you can tell this morning it's a really bright sunny morning, but you can actually see the sunlight beaming back into the boat. Typical Sealine fashion, we've got a completely separate shower on the port side. It's with like a sauna style seating in there, so it's a really nice size shower for this size of boat. So yes, your toilet and shower are separate. Advantage is that if you're using the shower, you're not getting the toilet area all wet, and you actually get a bigger shower as well. Just turning the camera back round, looking back now towards the galley. So we've got the galley on the port side. This boat's got a gas system, even though it's got a generator, it's got a gas hob under here. Ooh, sorry, it's quite heavier than I thought. I'll put that back in a minute. And then you've also got the gas oven down there as well. So you've got the ability, if you are anchored or moored somewhere, you can obviously run on gas, which is a nice facility to have. You've got a pull-out television here, Samsung. Particular owners of this boat have actually got a much bigger TV, which I've moved for the filming, which they use in the cockpit. And then you've got storage, he says. Yeah, so you've got really deep storage lockers above there. You've got a microwave in there. Again, that goes back to the generator. Well, that's catching the TV because I've not put that back enough. But you've got more storage in there. And then you've got nicely made, and everything feels solid. I thought about on the previous boat we sold, it does feel very solid. You've got good size fridge freezer here. So you can see you've got sort of more like a domestic fridge and freezer. Strong magnetic catches, as you saw there. And then you've got the aft cabin. So the aft cabin can be set up as a double like it is here, or it can be set up as a twin. So those beds just slide apart, and then you can set that as a twin. We've got this as a double this morning just to show you, but I can step into here. And I can quite easily get around this cabin. Yes, I'm having to crouch down. Lots of storage everywhere you look. I don't know what we're going to find in here. Just a bit more storage. So it's typical Sealine everywhere you go. I mean, even silly things like that. Rather than that being two doors you unfold, it's a sliding door which splits, and then you've got another hanging wardrobe space in there. So lots of clever features, and that's what we always think with Sealines. There's lots of clever features on them. Even more storage. That'd be the sunbathers for the bow, I guess, in there. And then this cabin also has its own ensuite. So you've got here, the shower is part of the toilet area, so it is like a wet room space, but it is shielded by this piece of glass, and then you've got a top mounted sink there as well. But a really nice cabin. If you put guests in there, they'd be very comfortable for their stay for sure. The light switch has just come out here, just needs a couple of more screws in there, but there's nothing major. Oh, there's a lot to see. If I just take you back up the stairs slightly, just pan the camera around, give you a bit more of an overview of what we're looking at down here. I mentioned earlier on when we were out at sea how much natural light those windows let through, and you can see they're letting all that natural sunlight through. Nathan's just at the back now, we're just starting to pack the boat away. I mentioned the covers, they go into these lift tracks, so they go in sections with zips, and they're pretty straightforward to do. They're nicely split down into manageable sections, so you can quite easily do that. The internal of the roof here, you can see the roof's all back, but this is all in really nice condition. It's one of the areas on this style of fabric and boat that this can go a bit grubby, but it does show really nicely on here. So what we'll do now is we'll continue putting the covers on here, and then we'll pull in the back section, and we'll start putting the boat away, and we'll go on to the next. So we'll start taking our safety kit on. So I'm sure you'll agree it's a very interesting boat. Like I said, we've sold these really well over the last couple of years. They've certainly got a lot of interest. If you are interested in this particular boat, please do look below in the comments, the description's there. We've also started to put our details on the screen, so we appreciate not everybody's that familiar with YouTube, but our details are on the screen. That's our landline and our email address. Give us a call, drop us an email, and let's get you on board this Sealine. We can talk about berthing, we can help with servicing, all that type of thing. So don't forget to subscribe while you're here, leave us a thumbs up, and better still, give us a call and come buy this boat. So thanks for watching, see you again soon.